In our modern world, we like to think self-control is a personal achievement. That is, something you develop with discipline and good values. But what if it's older than morality? What if self-control was shaped, in part, by the hard requirements of survival, making tools, coordinating with others, delaying gratification, and staying on target when things go wrong? That's the suggested idea behind archaeologists James Green and Penny Spikins' theory of how self-control evolved. I came across a research paper of theirs and thought I'd share their conclusions. Let's geek out on some evolutionary theory. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. We can't test a 500,000-year-old human ancestor in a psychology lab. All we have are traces: stone tools, butchered bones, abandoned hearths, landscapes of activity. Green and Spikins propose a method from evolutionary cognitive archaeology: build careful, in quotes, bridges between material evidence, the behaviors that produced it, and the minimum mental capacities those behaviors would have required. It's not mind reading or wild guessing. It's inference with constraints. Self-control is usually described as resisting temptation. The authors argue it's better understood as a bundle of abilities working together, especially 1. Inhibitory control, also known as cold control. This is the ability to stop an automatic response. For example, ignore distractions, suppress impulses, stick to a plan. And 2, emotion regulation, also known as hot control. This is the ability to manage feelings. For example, fear, frustration, excitement. So emotions don't hijack behavior. In real life, these blend. Staying focused often requires calming emotions. Managing emotions often requires deliberate restraint. Self-control can provide a direct advantage in resource use, waiting, planning, tolerating effort. But the bigger payoff may be social. Cooperation is fragile. Hunting together, sharing food, raising children, maintaining peace in a group. These are easier when individuals can restrain immediate urges. Importantly, the authors note that self-control isn't the same thing as being, in quotes, pro-social, but it can make pro-social systems more workable. As a concrete case, Green and Spikins point to late Acheulean hand axes from Box Grove in the United Kingdom, roughly 524,000 to 478,000 years ago. Making especially refined hand axes seems to imply 5 self-control relevant features. 1. Deliberate practice. Skill built over long learning. 2. Forward planning. Choosing materials and actions for future needs. 3. Time and energy investment. Sustained effort with delayed payoff. 4. Hierarchical processing. Pursuing sub-steps while holding an end goal in mind. And 5. Distress tolerance. Persisting through errors and frustration in crafting the stone tools they used for cutting or digging, for example. This approach doesn't claim we can recover ancient thoughts or feelings. It argues something narrower. By this period, some hominins likely possessed at least a higher baseline of self-control than we see in other apes, because certain behaviors would be hard to sustain without it. Self-control didn't evolve because it felt good. It evolved because groups of individuals with stronger self-control could hunt together, plan ahead, and raise children who survived. It was a bet on the future, a willingness to sacrifice immediate comfort for community stability. We inherit that bet, and we get to choose whether to cash it in or squander it. Now, you can exercise self-control, but will you? And for what? Or whom? If self-control is the capacity that made human civilization possible, then how we use it or fail to use it will determine what kind of civilization we become. That's it for today. Catch you next time.